Nothing is more punk rock than giving a grovelling apology for offending people. No, it's so punk. Hell yeah, fuck the man. Oh my god, I'm so sorry for swearing. It's like that. Oh, my anarchy symbol. popular, popular UK punk band Slaves changes name to Soft Play. Ah, funny. We want to sincerely apologise to anyone we've offended. Fucking hell. The punk band formerly known as Slaves, changed their name to Soft Play. British band Slaves announced that they have changed their name to Soft Play and apologised for any offence caused by their original name. Because, like I said, nothing's more punk rock than apologising for offending people. The UK punk rock duo, which consists of frontman Laurie Vincent and drummer Isaac Holman, have performed under the name Slaves since forming the band in 2012, but have faced backlash. I know a few other types of people that face some backlash. This journalist did that on purpose. Like there's no way that that was an accident. Over the name's historical connotations, because back in 2012 you could call your band Slaves. Yeah, that was absolutely fine until the perpetually offended people really came out the woodwork after Gamergate, and then when Trump came in, they just fucking multiplied like the virus they are. The band, who have been on hiatus since 2018, issued a statement announcing their return, but said before that, we want to address something important. When we called our band Slaves, it was intended solely as a reference to the grind of day-to-day life. Okay, so that's your reason, that's fine, you should keep the name then. Keep the name then. The two wrote in a post on their new official Instagram page. They continued, as younger men, we responded to criticism of the name from a place of fear and defensiveness. Feeling backed into a corner, our own pride caused us to fight for a name we weren't even sure we wanted anymore. I mean, punk rock band, Slaves, because it's the 95, working for the man, like type shit. I get that. That's a good name for a punk band. Unfortunately, you're little bitches. We didn't even want the name anymore. Yeah, you do. You defended it at first. It felt at times as if our band name had defined us and we were scared of what might happen if we changed it. However, we now recognise that our original intent doesn't change the fact that the name Slaves is an issue, Vincent and Holman explained. I mean, it's an issue for some of the perpetually offended fucking annoying people who you literally just tell to fuck off. I mean, you're a punk band. I mean, why not spike your hair up and go, and send them pictures like that? Why not? In this day and age, we believe it is very important that people change and make improvements no matter how far down the line they are, they added. How punk. The name doesn't represent who we are as people, but I mean, it did in the context in which you chose it. Does that context not apply anymore? Okay. Or what our music stands for any longer. So the whole being a slave to the man, like type thing, working 95, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that at all. Because in 2012, your music meant that. No, it doesn't. Can you change the meaning of a song after you've written it and released it? I don't know. We want to sincerely apologise to anyone we've offended. Pathetic. While the two acknowledge that people may have differing opinions on their previous moniker, they express their hopes that their fans would accept and respect our decision and not continue the argument between yourselves. The pair noted, when it comes down to it, the music and the community surrounding our band are what matter the most, and we don't want anything to stand in the way of that community being as inclusive as possible. I mean, if I heard like there was a band called Slaves, like my mind didn't immediately go to, oh, black people. I just thought it's a band called Slaves. It's just a band name. I mean, it's not exactly on the nose, you know, it's not like Screwdriver Master Race or anything like that. I mean, their music's good. Not the message, but the music's good. Our music is for anyone and everyone. The band went on to say that they would be performing together again under the name Soft Play. We are very happy to be back together again, and we are excited for what the future holds, they concluded. The duo's 2015 album, Are You Satisfied, reached number 8 in the UK album charts and was nominated for a Mercury Music Prize. Their follow-up albums, 2016's Take Control and 2018's Act of Fear and Love, both entered the top 10 on the UK charts. In 2015, the band were featured in a Fader article titled, Why Would a Band of White Dudes Name Themselves Slaves? Well, they explained that. And let me guess, their explanation wasn't good enough for you. Because I don't want an explanation. I want to be mad. I want to be furious. At the time, Vincent told Fader that he and Holman were surprised by criticism of the band's name, since you obviously didn't intend to do anything wrong and you had your context and the reason you were using the name. Unfortunately, there are perpetually offended people out there. He explained that they were looking for an abrasive-sounding word like Clash. Clash. Phenomenal band, when they were trying to come up with the name. We just liked the word, we weren't trying to provoke, he added. That's not good enough. That's not good enough, and I'll bet you, I don't know if any of these two guys are ever going to watch this video, but look, you've apologised. No, fine, I'll save it for the end. Vincent told the outlet, someone once wrote on our Facebook wall, nobody but African Americans have a right to use the word slaves. That's right, because absolutely no one else in history, no colour, ethnicity, religion, or anything like that, has ever been slaves. Ever. It's only, throughout all of recorded history, it's only ever been black people. Ever, ever, ever. When you think about it in the long run, however. I mean, black people certainly, well, the most recent, at least the ones that we know about, it still totally happens all the fucking time in the Middle East. But, I'm just saying, throughout history, it's actually been Greeks, Middle Easterners, Southern Europeans that have been slaves the longest. Throughout all of human history. Yeah, there has been. It has. However, one thing that I will say about these two gentlemen, I don't think you're ever going to watch this video, but just in case you do. I mean, your band, you can choose whatever name you want, right? Whatever songs you want, whatever, absolutely fine. Don't care. I'm not familiar with your work, unfortunately. Don't know if it's good, so I've not heard it, so I'm not going to comment on it. But make whatever music you want, call your band whatever you want. Unfortunately, you get a few people who were a little bit upset, had their little panties in a bunch, and they came to you saying, I'm offended, which in their view means that they should get something. They basically came up to you and said, I'm offended, which was them trying to exert their control over you. Because that's what, whenever a person says, I'm offended, that's them basically saying, I wish to control you. I wish to alter your behaviour, your speech, your language, everything, the things that you've just said, to a way that I like, because I want to exist in this world in absolute bliss, not troubled by petty plebs like you. That's the way I view them. That's the way I view them, which is why I do the punk thing and tell them to fuck off. However, you've done all that, you've bent the knee, you've praised BLM, you've acknowledged that only black people were slaves ever in all the history of humanity. You changed your name, you changed your brand, you changed who you are, you kind of went against the very idea of punk, and you issued the standard, we want to be all-inclusive, and also the grovelling apology. And let me guess, it wasn't enough, was it? You're still getting shit, aren't you? They never learn, do they?